Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Rico Young here with your late-breaking headlines on this Sunday, April 21st, 2025. We're just 1 week away from the general election and tensions are rising across the Twin Islands. Let's go straight to the top stories shaping our nation tonight. 1 election observers touch down amid tight race. International election observers from CARICOM and the Commonwealth have arrived in Trinidad and Tobago ahead of next week's pivotal vote. This comes as both major parties, the PNM and UNC, claim internal polls show them leading, while analysts warn of a potential photo finish with just a handful of seats deciding the outcome. Why this matters. With voter turnout historically hovering around 65%, the real battle is for the 25–30% of disengaged citizens, many of them young voters frustrated by polarized politics. Will their voices be heard, or will this election repeat old patterns? 2MT Hope Hospital scandal. Parents demand justice after infant death. A grieving couple is demanding answers after their newborn baby, Serenity Lazama, died just 1 week after a traumatic delivery at Mount Hope Women's Hospital. The parents allege gross negligence, citing a private autopsy that revealed spinal injuries, brain hemorrhages, and organ damage, all allegedly caused by a botched breech birth. The bigger picture? This tragedy spotlights long-standing concerns about maternal and neonatal care in Trinidad's public hospitals. With the health minister quiet so far, will this case force systemic reforms or get lost in election noise? Disaster preparedness criticized as flood season looms. As flood season approaches, disaster experts are sounding the alarm that Trinidad and Tobago is woefully unprepared for a major crisis. A scathing op-ed by former ODPM CEO Dr. Stephen Ramroop reveals 29 different emergency numbers across municipalities and warns that local disaster units lack coordination for national emergencies. 1. The stakes, with climate change intensifying. Storms, our fragmented response system could cost lives. Yet with elections days away, neither party has prioritized long-term resilience over short-term relief handouts. PNM and UNC digital war heats up. The digital battleground is just as fierce as the rallies. A new analysis shows the UNC's website leads in SEO and manifesto clarity, while the PNM's site lags with slow loading times and no published platform. Meanwhile, the Patriotic Front's slick but vague page doesn't even list its leaders. Photo, our take. In 2025, a party's digital presence is its first impression. With young voters glued to phones, these missteps could sway undecideds in key marginal seats. Tobago candidate hospitalized after alleged attack. Tobago People's Party candidate David Joseph Thomas was hospitalized after an assault during a walkabout in Speyside. The TPP claims it was a politically motivated attack, but police are still investigating 11 contexts. Tobago's 2 seats could be kingmakers in a tight election. This violence raises fears of escalating tensions as campaigning enters its final days. Cocaine bust at Piarco, 400K in drugs hidden in vehicle. A major drug interception at Piarco International Airport. Police found $400,000 worth of cocaine hidden in a vehicle, one of the largest busts this month. The suspect is in custody, but authorities suspect cartel links. Despite high-profile seizures, traffickers keep exploiting our ports. With elections distracting security forces, will this narco pipeline keep flowing? SME Forex window launched to ease dollar crunch. Some economic relief for small businesses. The Finance Ministry just launched an SME Forex window via Exim Bank, aiming to ease US dollar shortages for entrepreneurs. But critics ask, why now after years of Forex struggles? Is this a genuine reform or an election sweetener? Former PNM heavyweight endorses UNC, a political earthquake. John Jeremy, once a PNM stalwart, stunned supporters by endorsing the UNC at a rally, calling for change. The PNM's Keith Rowley fired back, accusing Jeremy of betrayal. Why it's seismic. Jeremy's defection could sway soft PNM voters in key swing districts, potentially tilting the election. Moruga farmer murdered in suspected revenge killing. A 58-year-old farmer was gunned down in Moruga's forests, with police probing a possible revenge motive. The victim, Gibbons Coker, had no known gang ties, raising fears of rural vigilantism as crime dominates election debates. This killing exposes how even farmers aren't safe from violence. Carifta athletes shine amid election noise, a bright spot for national pride. Trinidad and Tobago's Carifta team hauled in medals on day 1, with swimmers and track stars defying the odds. Our take. While politicians bicker, these young athletes remind us what unity and discipline can achieve. Shouldn't that be our national story? That's tonight's update. With 7 days to the election, expect more drama, more claims, and more breaking news. Stay with Dignitary Status TV for live coverage. I'm Rico Young. Good night, and stay informed.